Hello, 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 my beautiful people. Welcome to another video. King Draco here, back with another one. Gonna be reacting to Jason, I believe, Warlord. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Um, he's pretty much up in fire right now on a lot of social media outlets for what he was saying about interracial dating. So let's go in there. Let's see what he was talking about. Let's see what we can dissect from the conversation. So
Get mad at me for dating outside my race. But I was dating outside of my race because they were doing things better than my race. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Define better.
Well, not better because I know where she getting ready to go. Not better.
I know you said they were doing things
not
better.
better.
I wanted
Not
to know what
better.
better meant.
Not better. I'm gonna change that.
I'm trying to save you for the
I know you
people,
is.
for
That's
the
why I'm saying
culture.
not better for the culture.
There we go.
Right, not better. I was dating Puerto Rican, I was dating Dominican, I was dating African, I was dating all types of other really size American black, right? They were doing way more of what we expect we want our woman to do more than our American. Our American got real comfortable
Give me
with.
some examples.
and I just want to say this dude's an actor. He did the movie Notorious B.I.G. So he reenacted Biggie Smalls, the rapper back in the 90s, real prevalent, real big dude at that time. And, he reenacted a lot of the, timeline of Christopher Wallace. I believe that's Biggie Smalls' real name, biological name. And yo, like, that was a big time movie. So I don't know if he really got any other big plays after that, but I'm just saying this is really bold for an actor to get up here and say, like, either he got, some FU money or he just don't give a damn, no filter at all.
Oh man, I mean, their mannerisms are different. Like even my Indian one was from Syria, one of them countries over there, right? I didn't have to really say much to do and be treated like a king. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times with our own American black, they expect so much of us and what we're supposed to do. Like things like if we go out and eat and we just have a nice dinner, we can go anywhere and eat and get a nice dinner. It had to be Brew Chris, or it had to be this, that, or it had to be this, that. Then I get somebody that's just as fine, a Cuban or Colombian. They don't care about nothing. They care about you and your household. Even though they still care about the money, but it's not about the money. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's a difference. Not better, but sometimes we get tired of hearing working bags,
Do you think that's fair? Because I feel like there's a certain type of woman that does demand that. And to me, I think it depends on the bait you're using and where you're looking. If you're gonna go get a model from Instagram that got the BBL and the snatched in stomach and has all the things that check off money hungry and surface, you're gonna get that. If you're gonna meet a girl and through different ways and ask different questions, you're gonna find that out a lot earlier on that what's important to her.
I'm not doubting that, but I'm just talking about even if you look on just a regular dating app and just look at what a woman may state that she requires. I'm saying these things because it feels as if social media again is the barometer. Okay, and it's the comparison, and when you're comparing yourself to all these other women, and of course, even with the BBLs, because I'm like, that's fine, but I mean,
What's BBL? I'm sorry.
Brazilian butt lift.
Oh, and it's no shade to women that have that. I'm just
I was
saying.
wondering, I was waiting for it too. I'm like, excuse me?
And
Right.
there's no shade to everyone that has them. I'm just saying, if you're going by just surface things and that's who you're going afterwards, then guess what? She's gonna run them pockets.
No, and I'm not, and I want to get your thoughts, Doc, and as well, Amy, as a woman dating or even considering, I think that a lot of times, we do value women, but when you talk about black relationships, I think we all come with some baggage. All right. Now, some of us have some baggage that's not going to fit in the overhead compartment, and some of us have some baggage that you're going to have to pay a whole lot more for to get on this flight, right? But the reality of it is that's just who we are, and I'm talking about historic. Like if you're talking about being enslaved, where we were and how we engage each other, there's a lot of elements there. But it can be a little difficult because women have expectations in 2021 that they're watching, and they're very material expectations. I agree with you, Claudia, but I'm simply saying that,
Not all of them are material.
and I'm not trying to generalize
It's just
women,
most of the time it's pointing to American women are more material.
and it's
That's what I'm
America
saying.
as a
Not better,
society.
not better,
Listen,
not better,
Let's bring
not
spirit.
better.
Let's bring
I
spirit
heard
into
you,
this.
and I gave you the space to even edit the better part, right? So, and I'm with you on that. But let's say this because you guys both tie in two really important pieces, right? You talk about women who are not African American women, and you talk about the experience and what is the influence here. You mentioned social media, but what you're really missing here is the piece that you talk about, the enslavement part, the culture and the trauma that African American men and women and children have faced in this country is like unlike any other group. And so when we talk about trauma, what we know is that Black people have a lot of unprocessed trauma. We have a lot of hurt. We have a lot of harm, not just back then, but right now on the daily, right? And so one of the things that we talk about as professionals within my profession is we talk about how trauma impacts people. And so we love to say, Resma Minikim, one of my favorite colleagues, he says that trauma decontextualized within a person looks like personality. And that trauma decontextualized within a family looks like family traits. And that trauma decontextualized within a people looks like culture. Right. And so when you talk about how African American women present and what they need as it relates to security and finances and the finer things in life, and to look a certain way and to want a certain thing from their man and to have certain expectations, it's because of the trauma that we are still trying to survive. And when we talk about feeling beautiful and the BBLs and the Birkin bags and the wanting the nice things and wanting their men to come with a certain level of care and a certain level of treatment and expectation, we are trying to connect. We are trying to heal with you. We are trying to build with you. But there's so much hurt and trauma that we all have that we don't talk about, that we don't even understand within ourselves, so that we can't find who we're compatible with. Because who we're compatible with is traumatized versions of ourselves.
Spirit, do you think that women and men, women that seek the materialistic things, items, the tangible things, and men that just seek the women for the aesthetics, do you think those are people that kind of just gave up on love and just like going for, all right, well, at least I can see this, I can grab onto this?
No, I think it's science. If you really want to know, we are part of the animal kingdom like anything else. And so what the male species chooses is the thing that's biologically beautiful, because what it suggests from a DNA perspective is you're likely to bear my offspring and they will do well. It's survival of the fittest. And what the female species chooses is the male offspring that can provide the most security, because you're going to be able to protect me and our offspring and raise us, and we will do well.
So we're not gold diggers, it's just science.
It's literally biology. It is literally biology.
We
When you
have our own
see,
different.
listen, when you see the brothers out there with the rims and the flashing the money and the gold, they're no different than the male peacock that's showing his whole big pretty feathers. Look at me, look at me. And when you see the women that go, show me what you got, show me what you're working with, it's no different than the frog that ribbits the loudest. Big pretty feathers. Look at me, look at me. Ribbits the loudest, or the bird that chirps the loudest.
So what do you call a man that's just been providing that doesn't ask for nothing? What do you call guys like me who we don't ask for anything?
Oh, but you do.
How?
You may not ask it with your words, but your expectation is there. So when you say, I need that woman that loves me, I need that woman that has my back, so I don't have to say, hey, is that bacon and eggs there? Hey, are those clothes in the drawer?
Not cash wise. Okay.
So when we talk about compatibility, right, one of the things that I love to say, an acronym that I use is RISE.
Oh, it's a lot to unpack there. To get on what Mr. Christopher Wallace was saying, Mr. Warlord, Woolard, that's his name. Jamal Woolard, what he was saying, I just don't think it twinkles down to race. I think I believe this is the doctor right here, this lady right here in the white shirt, I believe she's a doctor of some sort. It definitely ties down to the bait that you're bringing out. Because if you lead with money or people know you got a whole bunch of money, that's what they're going to come after you for. That's what they're going to come to you for, especially if you leading with it. If you that dude that lead like that, you got a whole bunch of money and you ready to spend it and you ready to take them out to the best date and get them some Louis Vuitton shoes, all this bullshit. That's how they gonna treat you. It doesn't matter what race it is. You go to Brazil, they're gonna do you the same way. You go to parts of Europe, they're gonna do you the same way. They're gonna do you, women gonna treat you the same way, regardless of the race. It's really all about character at the end of the day. And I hate that people try to point this as a black woman issue or an American woman issue. And no, this is everywhere. Prostitution is everywhere. Absolutely, it is absolutely everywhere. And you just need to lead with other things. You need to lead with other things. Lead with other things because the expectation. When you lead with other things, the expectations is different, right? And on top of that, too, those same women, and I can say this from firsthand experience. Those same women that these tricks may be tricking on, at the end of the day, they still human and they still want somebody to love them. And they know they can't get love out that trick because that trick pay them to leave. Ain't no love coming out of that. But they go and find it somewhere. Sometimes it's a story of a broke brum dude staying in their apartment that the trick paying for, and they live in lavish because he make that woman feel loved. So you got to ask yourself the question, are you the trick? Or you the dude being loved? Which one are you? Um, that's my whole thoughts on it. I really just don't think that this protrudes down the race. Are there issues in the black community and things that we need to work on? Absolutely. Going back to what she was saying about black issues and black trauma. Look, like, yeah, that's there, but I really think we can't keep using that as an excuse. Like we've seen black people today thrive. We've seen black people in Jim Crow era thrive. We've seen black people thrive when they were against the most bullshit. Like it was a point of time where 80% of black families had the father and the mother in the household taking care of the children. That was a point of time. And that was a point of time where whites was on one side and blacks was on the other. You know what I'm saying? You could get killed for being on the wrong side of town or, you know, pesterized or antagonized for being on the wrong side of town in those times. But in those times, we seen the thrive the most. So I really just think it comes down to really who you dealing with, what are their character, and get off the internet, man. Because the internet, it shows you these people. It shows you these women with these terrible attitudes. It shows you all the bullshit. Change around your atmosphere that you go to, like that you hang around. Going to the club consistently, going to lounges. Like you ain't finna find no queen in there that's ready to take care of you. They on the bullshit. That's my thoughts about it. Yeah, so pretty good video. Let me know what y'all think. You think black women are like this? You think it's easier to date outside of your race, or do you think it's just a character thing? Leave your thoughts right down in the comments. Much love, peace. We gone.